If you're an EveryDollar Plus user, you know it's fantastic in a lot of ways, but there are a few things that can be a challenge. Today I'm going to highlight 3 of those and what you can do to solve them. Hey everyone, Craig here, and I'm a financial coach who's passionate about helping people break the paycheck to paycheck cycle so they can finally find some peace of mind when it comes to their money. Now, EveryDollar is a fantastic budget that I personally use, and actually in the last 6 months have started using the Plus version. If you're not familiar, there's EveryDollar Free, which is where you log everything yourself. It's literally, you create the budget, you type in all your transactions as you go. Nothing is done for you. It doesn't connect to your bank account. Well, EveryDollar Plus has a multitude of things it adds, but most specifically, and the main reason people get it is because it can connect to your bank accounts and some of your debts. And so that way, as you spend money with your debit card, transactions are automatically added in and you can just drag and drop them wherever you want to go. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Well, it is, and there's a lot of perks to it. It helps you not overlook certain expenses. It makes sure that everything gets put in there. But there are a few things that can add some confusion and maybe cause a roadblock when it comes to your budget. And I've even seen it cause people to throw their hands up and say, I'm done with this. So today I'm going to talk about a few of those and what you can do to solve them. But before I do, if you haven't grabbed my free financial freedom roadmap, why not? It's great. This is your step-by-step guide out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle. You can snag it right up here or in the description below, and I'll email it directly to you, completely free, my gift to you. All right, what is so frustrating about EveryDollar Plus? Well, the number one complaint I hear is that there's a delay, right? So, and I've noticed this too, when you spend money on Amazon, typically it's going to take a couple days for it to hit your bank account or for it to show up in EveryDollar. It may hit your bank account, but it's going to be pending. EveryDollar doesn't usually count those transactions until they are approved. So depending on your bank, it can really vary how long transactions take to actually show up in EveryDollar Plus. And so what happens here is maybe you've gone out to eat, or maybe you went grocery shopping and you spent some money, and then the next day you want to go out to eat again, or you want to go grocery shopping, and you look at your budget, and the number isn't necessarily accurate because the money you spent the other day at the grocery store hasn't shown up yet, okay? So what can you do to resolve this? Well, number one, there's not much we can do about speeding up how quickly it shows up in EveryDollar, right? It is what it is. So if it's something that's really cumbersome to you, you can always plug it in. So you can just manually type it in, and then when it shows up from EveryDollar Plus, you just delete it, right? Well, that defeats the purpose. We don't want to do that with everything, but maybe those common ones like restaurants, groceries, those areas where we tend to overspend. Things like your electric bill, I mean, I'm just guessing here, but you're probably not going to run out and make extra electric bill payments, right? You pay it, usually auto pay, and it's done. So it's okay if it takes a couple days for that to show up. Another one that's good to do is like Amazon and Target, things where you just need to keep track of it. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing is just keep a mental log, and just remember, you can always revert back to your bank account if you need to, but just be careful about that. The delay, there's really not much we can do other than just to be careful, okay? The number two frustration is confusing transactions. So this happened to us recently, right? Especially because as of the recording of this video, we're in the middle of a quarantine. And so we're not going out much. So we're buying a lot on Amazon. Well, when we purchase on Amazon, because a lot of the shipments are staggered, we may go buy 4 or 5 items all at once, right? But because they're shipping differently, they're shipping in different bulks, they come through as 3 or 4 different transactions in EveryDollar. And it becomes a headache because not only is there that delay, it's a couple days later, but I see multiple Amazons and I don't know what is what. I have to go back into my Amazon account, dig around and say, okay, which one is the $7.50 one? Which one is the $12 one? And it kind of turns into a headache. And so the solution to that one is similar to the delay, and this is what we've started doing is if we're ordering on Amazon, if we're ordering a bulk order, we manually enter it. And then I just delete the Amazon transaction when it comes through. It is an extra step, but it saves so many steps later. If you have been annoyed with this, like I have, then that's the best thing you can do is once you've placed your order on Amazon, immediately open your phone, type it in. And then you know that anytime an Amazon transaction shows up in EveryDollar, you just delete it because you've already logged it. That's the simplest thing that you can do. This also happens when you're Venmoing money back and forth, right? You go out to eat, you pay for a friend, and they Venmo you part of the ticket. Well, instead of waiting for those to come in, you can just type it in minus what they Venmoed you. Or when you put that restaurant in, be sure to add that Venmo transaction in there to offset it. So if you spent $50 on your debit and they Venmoed you 25, you just add that income into that, and it's going to counteract it to be a $25 purchase. But we do have to make sure that you're Venmoing, putting that money from Venmo into your bank account. Don't let it just live in Venmo. That's not free extra money. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking if it's in Venmo, you can spend it on whatever because it's not part of your budget. That's not the case. Move it to your bank account. All right, tangent there. Number 3, the third frustration. So we talked about the delay. We talked about the confusing transactions, and finally the plus-minus dilemma. So similar to that Venmo transaction, you've got a plus, you've got a minus. Maybe you transferred money from your checking to your savings account. Those pop up as a minus $100 and then a plus $100. What do you do? It's frustrating, right? Or you go make a payment on a credit card, minus 75 plus 75. Well, the rule of thumb here is, I think about it this way. Am I adding money to something or am I paying down something? Am I reducing money somewhere? We're not going to keep both because they're going to counteract each other. So we need to decide which one to keep. If you're moving money into savings, well then you're keeping money. You're adding money to that savings account. So let's say you're saving for a car. We're going to move that plus transaction to that car fund. Okay, so we're saving for that car, so we're going to move the plus transaction there. It's going to show that that car fund is growing, and then we'll just delete the negative transaction. Otherwise, that's going to throw off your whole budget. Now, if you're paying down a credit card, right, well, we're reducing the balance. So we're going to move that negative to the credit card, and we're going to delete the plus. So when you're looking at those, you got a plus minus, and you're not sure what to do, just think about it. Am I adding money? Am I taking it away? What am I ultimately doing? And then go from there. And if worst comes worst, put the plus there, and if it doesn't make sense, then take it away. All right? If you put the minus there and it doesn't make sense, take it away. All right? I hope this helps. Let me know what frustrations you guys have. Drop them in the comments box below. What other things have you noticed as you're working at EveryDollar Plus that's been racking your brain, that's been a frustration to you? I want to hear about them. Drop them down there. Guys, if you are overwhelmed with personal finances, I can help. In the comments box below, or in the description below, is a link to my calendar. I'd love to offer a free coaching session to you. Book a time with me. We'll hop on a call. We'll help you sort out whether it's EveryDollar or just personal finance in general, budgeting, getting out of debt, wanting to hit your goals faster. That's what I specialize in. Let's connect. I'd love to see you guys again. Be sure to subscribe to this video, and I'm here to help you in any way I can. I'll see you soon.